Mfuleni residents have been rebuilding their shacks following this weekend's fire that destroyed 200 homes in the township. Aid organisation Gift of the Givers has been providing some relief to the affected families. Our reporter Yazeed Kamaldien joins me now for an update on the story. Yazeed, good morning. What's been happening in the community as people begin to pick up the pieces of their lives?
Good morning, Iman. We are back on the site in Mfuleni, where just earlier this week we had seen the devastation of this weekend's fire. Of course, 200 shacks had been burnt down completely, and between then and now, residents here have been rebuilding the shacks and picking up pieces of their lives. Some, of course, have lost everything. In fact, most have lost everything, and we spoke to some residents who say that they are still trying to recover and finding ways of rebuilding their homes. Now, this morning, the Anglican Church has sent some of their priests to come, religious leaders to come and meet with residents here. I'm now going to be joined by one of those persons, and he's Stafford Moses, and he's from the diocese, and also we've got the Archbishop Thabo Mokgoba over here. In fact, let me welcome the Archbishop and hear from the Archbishop on why the church decided to come here. Good morning, Archbishop.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Tell us, please, why the church decided to come here to meet the residents of Mfuleni.
The church decided to come here and meet the residents of Mfuleni because we heard the story, through media and through Gift of the Givers that we work well with, that there is this painful situation here. And we said Easter message can't just be in our big, beautiful cathedral. Easter message also ought to go outside the stained glass window to where God's people are hurting and are pained. And indeed, I'm glad that through Bishop Stafford Moses, the local bishop, and Bishop Josh and some religious leaders, we came here with Gift of the Givers to come and see, to come and touch, to come and taste, to come and smell the poverty that is around us, and to come and appeal to South African, to our political principles, the city, the province, the national government, and anyone who hear this message to say, could we as South Africans come up with brilliant solution to do away with informal settlement and squatter areas, to have proper sanitation here, to ensure that people eat at the moment, they're hungry, to ensure that they get their ID documentation, to ensure that their SASSA grant is not affected by the fact that they do not have IDs, and of course to ensure that by May 29th, their ID are processed and are able to vote.
So I understand, of course, that you are Christian, and you know that just this past weekend was Easter. So what is the Christian conviction that compelled you to come out here as well to meet the people?
The Christian calling says Easter is about hope. Easter is hope that says darkness will never win the day, that death does not have the final word. The shacks and the houses may have burned, but hope is that which cannot be taken from the residents of Mfuleni. And hope that tomorrow will be better will make them to look to tomorrow, and it will make them to know that once the Archbishop is here and the church is here, Gift of the Givers here, the Islamic Society is here, God's people are watching on behalf of God, and they will, together with the people of Mfuleni, make a difference.
So it was more just to come and show solidarity or sympathy with them, or is it actually also coming to help in some way, just to confirm?
Just to confirm, it is just to walk, to show solidarity, but as the Anglican Church, through a wealthy benefactor, we have pledged to Gift of the Givers that we will contribute into the school uniform and the books, stationery for the children, and that some change from what we are contributing will go towards food and and the rest of that.
Well, thank you so much, Archbishop. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so
I'm
much.
now going to also be joined, I'm now also going to be talking to Ali Sable. He's the project manager here on site. And of course, they've been providing humanitarian assistance since this weekend when the fire destroyed the shacks. It was, of course, Easter weekend, and Ali has been on the ground. Ali Sable, good morning. Welcome to Newzroom Afrika.
Thank you for having me.
So, Ali, can you give us an update on what's been happening, and especially in terms of the humanitarian assistance that Gift of the Givers has been able to offer the residents here?
We have given a commitment not only to the residents of the Mfuleni fires, but as we know, there was 2 other major fires in the Cape Metropole, namely Langa and Tulun. Simultaneously, we were assisting the families every day with a hot meal. There is some chronic medication patients here, so of course they have to take their medication on meals. We have given them blankets, mattresses, personal hygiene care packs, toiletries. We have also, today also we got a commitment from the Anglican Church, and we thank the Archbishop for visiting the site, where they will be providing each and every child affected by the fire with new school uniform and stationery. So that is, once they are back in their homes as well, we'll be providing each family with a food hamper. But until then, we gave the commitment to the families. While they're still not back on their feet, we will be there to assist them in terms of feeding, etc.
Thank you so much, Ali, and all the best to you, Mr. Sable.
Thank you.
Now, of course, earlier I had mentioned Stafford Moses, and he's the diocese for the False Bay area. So he's essentially the Anglican Church's representative, if you will, and he's decided to come out, of course, to the community where he is meant to serve as well. Mr. Moses, thank you for your patience with us. So you decided to come out here as well and to see what's happening. What are you finding? What are you witnessing here?
I think for me, witnessing the dire need of the people, the pain and the despair of people not being able to continue with their daily living, especially the children who has been affected, no school uniforms, no proper schooling material to help them in their education. I think it was a bold move by the community to send the children back to school, at least to get them out of this type of environment, But yes, I want to echo what the Archbishop has said, that we are here to come and to hear, but also to, through the church, give our support to the Gift of the Givers, and to bring some kind of hope in a hopeless situation that we face, that the people are facing at this point in time.
And just to confirm, you are, of course, overseeing this area amongst others in the False Bay area?
Yes, I'm the bishop for the False Bay Diocese, which in a sense covers Mfuleni is one of the parishes. Together with the Blue Downs, we call it the parish of Monsignor Shimole. So St. Matthew's is the parish part of Mfuleni. So yes, part of my oversight is to be a presence of hope to the people in times like this. And so I'm glad I could join the Archbishop this morning to come and experience for ourselves. Sometimes you see things and you need to experience it on the ground, what people are going through, so that you have a sense of the challenges people are facing.
Well, thank you so much for your time, Mr. Moses.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. So as we can see behind us, people are rebuilding their shacks, and one can also see still some of the burnt shacks. It's a mix of the debris and, of course, the new shacks going up. Residents here have said that it is very urgent for them to rebuild their shacks, because once somebody leaves or vacates a piece of land, it's very possible that someone else can actually take over that spot and build a shack on there. So residents are rushing to rebuild their shacks. I'm also going to be speaking to some residents, of course, today, and finding out from them as well how things are going, and also trying to find out where residents may have been housed temporarily for those who have not yet been able to rebuild their shacks.
Very concerning, Yazeed, as you share with us, despite the humanitarian aid and that consolidation that's happening to assist and support those communities, still living right there at the precipice of vulnerability. Yazeed Kamaldien in Mfuleni.